Okay, here's my video on my initial first impressions of Tekken 8, the beta, which is available on PS5 and the Xbox Series X, and I think on Steam as well. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Bandai Namco for me being selected to play the game. It was an easy process where you just go on the site and put in your details, and it's a matter of whether you get picked or not, or picked or selected, should I say, the same thing, into trying out the beta, obviously probably with a stress test. And some games it's been hit or miss as to whether or not you get picked in that particular game. Sometimes I get invited anyway without participating in it, but yeah, I got invited to this, so that's kind of great. I think it's for like 3 days you get to try out the beta, and so, you know, that's kind of cool. My kind of brief history with Tekken. I first played Tekken 1 on the PlayStation 1, which I've still got, which came in a cardboard case. And not many PS1 games came like that. And obviously, the graphics have come a long way, and then obviously the games, the amount of characters, and even in terms of the graphics, obviously, you compare them. Well, it's this early phase of 3D, so that's pretty great. And then obviously, and I was pretty good at it. I wouldn't say still more of a Street Fighter. And then eventually, obviously, moved on to Tekken 2, which was one of my favourite games. Absolutely loved that game. And then you know, just to play it. I wasn't hardcore, but I still played it a lot. And then there was Tekken 3, similar thing. Really enjoyed playing that, and I really liked that game. And then I think Tekken 4, I kind of skipped it. I think that was on the PS2, I think. Although I did get Tekken 4 later down the line, funnily enough, like a few years ago, when I found it really cheap. So I don't think I've played Tekken 4. Tekken 5, I had that on the PlayStation 3, used to play that a lot. Used to have problems with the bosses, or the final boss, where obviously they do 2 moves and wipe your entire energy bar off. Was it Devil Jin or Devil Kazuya, whichever one it is, I can't remember. Total pain in the arse. Lots of frustration. Again, I'm not somebody that's a hardcore technical fan of Tekken, because I kind of stopped playing it for many years. And then I did have, still have Tekken Tag Tournament 2, the Wii U edition, which I've actually got, but believe it or not, I've never played it, even though I got it, and I need to get around to playing that game at some point. There's so many other games that it's just one of the things where as soon as you play one game, you're finishing one game, another game comes out, and then you're leaving the other games on the back burner. And then I did get Tekken 7 for the Xbox One, and I got it for a really cheap price. I ended up paying getting in this double pack where I got Tekken 7 and Project Cars 2 for $4.99 from Curry. So basically each game was £2.50. I haven't played that yet, but the Tekken 7. But I was thinking about playing it, because I did save it on social media. I was thinking about playing it. Also, I've got the standard vanilla edition of it, because obviously they did several season passes. I think at least 5, I think. And when I've looked on the prices of each of those season passes, they're not exactly cheap. So it starts to add up in price. I mean, obviously, unless you get the deluxe version, of course, then you get everything. Which is why with the even with Street Fighter 6, even if I could had the money for it, I don't think I would buy it, simply because of the fact that they're going to keep releasing different editions and the characters and all that stuff. So kind of a bit annoying in terms of doing that. So that's kind of my brief kind of history of Tekken. Again, as before, I'm not hardcore. I know I think there was a Tekken on the 3DS, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think there was one. So anyway, my initial thoughts of Tekken 8, absolutely really enjoyed it. The graphics are really, I thought were really detailed in the actual characters. Obviously, they don't have a completely realistic look to them. There's still that computer look to them. You can obviously there's a tutorial where you can learn the moves and do basic training. Some ways, I think the actual beta was better than the Street Fighter 6 one, in my honest opinion. because even when you weren't playing online, you could still train or offline with the characters. What you can do is obviously you can train whichever character that you're with, and then eventually you'll get selected to play online in a ranked match, and then you can choose to accept it, and then obviously depending on your connection. Now the only issue I had with the connection was that I felt, to me, when I was playing a standby mode, which is the offline mode when you're training, it felt a little bit that the online standby mode was actually felt like the combos and the characters, the movements were actually flowing really well. But then when I was doing the matches, in some cases it felt a bit sluggish, a tiny bit sluggish. And that's genuinely the reason why I don't play games online, especially fighting games or football games or things of that ilk. Because it does always feel like to me that it's kind of, I can tell the difference. And obviously if you're going to play games online, it's better to play with a wide connection with the Ethernet cable than wireless, because that can slow down the connections, and those things can be very important. And also, if you put your TV into game mode, that can also help a little bit as well. So that was kind of the real only little minor issue that I kind of had. Nothing too, serious. You get a choice of 8 characters, which was really great. I was only expecting it to maybe to give you 4 or something, to limit you. I don't know how much is going to be in the first initial release of the game in terms of how many characters, but again, really great. You can do this final move, which takes up a lot of energy. The only negative thing I found about it is that I did feel as if that it was a little bit too powerful. You know what I mean? So it felt like that even if you were beating an enemy with skill, the person wanted to just use that to get back to win the game, which I suppose that's what it's there for. But to me, it could do with a little bit of adjustment. But other than that, overall, really loved the game. As I said before, great graphics. The gameplay was really great. Love the fact you can do the training modes in it, as I said. The music in it's really great. The graphics, the stages. There's quite a few stages that are actually available in the actual the actual beta itself. So it's going to be interesting to see how many will be in the full game. Obviously, they will be doing season passes. How long for? I suppose that depends on the success of the game. I don't know when Tekken comes out. I don't know if it's September, but I know it's not too far off. But yeah, I'm really glad to be able to try out the actual game. I mean, it's really good. As for I'm really enjoying it. Of all those little minor quabbles that I have with the game, I'm still having some fun with it. And I played for over an hour on Twitch, so hopefully there won't be any strikes when I try to put it on YouTube. Even if it does, what I'll do is that I think there's a way that you can, in the YouTube studio, you can mute the certain sections of it. So I don't know how much trouble I'll get with the Tekken games, but yeah, so I'm definitely enjoying the actual beta, and then the new kind of gameplay mechanics that have kind of added to it. It's kind of really good. So yeah, I'm really looking for, maybe, I definitely think at some point I will get Tekken 8, and then I really need to start Tekken 7 and then try it out before I even get Tekken 8, because obviously I don't know what it is. I'll be interested after playing Tekken 8 to seeing the differences from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8, because I don't really know, to be honest, because I've only seen a few gameplay videos of it and I haven't really played it myself. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying it out, Tekken 8, and I really need to pull my finger out also with Tekken 7 as well. So yeah, overall I'm very pleased with the beta. I mean, this is a example of doing for me, of doing a beta right. I think I couldn't ask for more in terms of the character selection, being able to play it online. I'm playing it via the PS5, and I don't have a membership because obviously it's just a network stress test. So to me, it's got everything. I couldn't ask for anything more. As before, wasn't expecting for it to have at least 8 characters, and then some of the most popular characters in the game, like Brian Fury, Hwang, Law, Jin and Kazuya, and then and Jin and Yun, I think I got their names, and June, I think I got their names. So I wasn't expecting them to put those key elemental characters from the Tekken history into the actual beta, because you know, but yeah, highly enjoying it, and you know, I can't wait for the game to come out. So yeah, that's my initial impressions of the Tekken 8 beta on PlayStation 5.